existing source schema. So in today's session, I'll be discussing these different kinds of other data flow transformations. So let me go to the portal, open the data factory. Okay, so basically what is this conditional split? Inside our data flow transformations, we have an, okay, let me open this here. This was the one which we have made use of yesterday, right? So if you see here, the debug time is minimum is 1 hour. Okay. In the integration runtime which you are supposed to use is only auto resolve integration runtime. Self-hosted will not work with your data flows. So meanwhile, it will get it will make your cluster available. So meanwhile, right, I'll try to explain you about a conditional split. So if you see here, you have something called as inside your multiple inputs or outputs, you have something called as a conditional split. Okay, so basically why do we use this conditional split? Based on one condition. Okay, based on one condition, if you want your stream to be split into two different, suppose there might be few scenarios wherein you want to filter only, you want to make only matching those which are matching, right? You want that as a separate stream, and those which are not matching with a specific condition, you want those to be included in the next stream. So in that scenario, you will make use of this conditional split. Okay, so basically based on a particular condition, you are trying to split this stream. So let this data flow debugger get switched on. Meanwhile, this was the one which we have created yesterday. So in that only I'm just telling you. Okay, here what did we do? We have just added one column which is a date column. That's it. Now here let me click on conditional split. If you see here, what is the logo of this? It is something like splitting symbol is present. So let me just click on that. If you see here, two branches are created. Okay, so initially you'll have to choose for this. After that, the appropriate things for this. So in the first stream, right, what will happen if you basically write a condition? Then once the condition is matching, then it will go to this stream. If the condition is not matching here, then it will go to the other stream. Here also you will have to give some other sync. Okay, sync 1, sync 2. So if it is matching in the first stream, here you are trying to perform some condition. If that condition is matching, it will go to the first sync. If it is not matching, it will go to the second sync. Okay, so based on that, we'll have to design our stream. All right, so this is my first stream, this is my second stream. So let me go to my conditional split settings, and here what I can do, I have this. So if you want, you can just rename here conditional split. Okay, so initially let me check this. see here, I have tens. How many department I want to basically split based on some department ID. Okay. If you see in my initial source, right, I have 10, 10, 10. I have 20. I have 40, 50, 60. These all I have. Let me just quickly send. Okay. So yeah, it is still not got switched on. Okay. So I want to sort basically based on some department number. Okay, based on some department number, I want to apply this filter condition. So if the department number is equal to 10, then I want this particular stream to get executed. If I am sending a source which are having different records are present, if in that I have 10 as a department number, then those must go to your sync. Other than that 10, if you have anything else, those should go to your second stream. So how to design that, I'll show you. So my data flow debugger cluster is on now. I can make use of it now. Okay, so what is the incoming stream? Obviously, this is the third one. So the input which is available is this one only. That is fine. After here, we have something split on. So basically, you will have to choose this appropriately. Like if you want to split only on the first matching condition, then you can just specify here. If you have split on all the matching conditions, then you can just go with this. Okay. So here what do I have? I will have to just give the stream name, and here I'll have to write the expression dynamically. So for time being, let me just give something like department related to 10. Okay, and department number 10 will be the stream name here. Here it will be something like a restore. Okay, so here inside the department number 10, I should give some condition which will be dynamic. So how can I achieve that? You'll have to click your expression builder here. Okay. So here I will have to write some condition. Okay. So what do I want to achieve here? I want to split based on some department number. Okay. So here let me search for the department ID. If you see here, I have employee department ID and department ID. You can just give anything. I'm just giving this one. And after that, you will have to write an expression. What is that? Equals expression. Okay. So let me make use of this equals expression, and then here 10. Okay, and so this is the condition which I want to write. If my department number is equal to 10, then I want that to be present as one branch. Okay, if you want, you can also data preview it here. Refresh is not there. Okay, no problem. Let us preview there itself. Let me click on save and finish. Okay, if you see here, what is it saying? It is showing some error. Expression type string is not matching with the required type short. Okay, so actually here what have I sent? I have sent 10, which is an integer. But actually what is it saying? The type is for this particular department ID, we were sending string it seems. So that is why we are getting error. Let me quickly go here. Department ID, if you see here, this is short. And here also we have short. Okay. Or else let me just remove this quote here itself. Okay, yeah, all right. So if you're sending in something in quotes, that means you are sending the value in the format of strings. Okay, so that is why it was throwing error. So just this one, if this is not met right, then obviously whatever are not matching with this 10, obviously those all will go into the next flow. Okay, so let us see what else we have here. You can just data preview it. So here itself you will get to know the output. Meanwhile, let me create a sync. I should add another one because this one is first sync is also blob underscore sync. Second one is also blob underscore sync. Okay. So let me just.
Ma'am, we can't hear you, I think.
You can't hear me. Is it same with everybody, guys? Am I audible?
It's getting stuck now also.
It is
Okay.
audible, right?
Okay, madam.
Okay, I have reviewed the data and let us see.
If
Yes.
everyone can hear ma'am's voice.
Huh. Screen is getting stuck. Huh? Hello.
Madam, okay.
Okay. If you have any problem now, please rejoin. However, I'll be sending you the recorded session, right? So please rejoin, okay? For any issues. All right. So here, what do I have? I have basically only this particular branch is a branch. So this particular branch, I have refreshed it, and here I'm able to see only those values which are having employee department ID as 10. Okay, department ID as 10. So this is what we were expecting, right? So those values which are 10 only, I want to filter it. So this is how you can use of your conditional split. So this is your first branch, first stream. Here you have this inside this data preview only you have a rest all also, right? Because I have basically I have written two stream names. So this is the first one, this is the second one. If you click on rest all, you will be getting the others. Those which are other than 10 you will be getting here. Okay. ठीक है, 20 40 50 60 other than 10 whatever are remaining, right? Those things will be displayed here. ठीक है ना? Is it fine, guys? So this is your conditional split. So if you want to execute it end to end, what can you do? You will have to create a new data set. Underscore log underscore sync to linked service will be this. As it's a CSV file, post to a header. Just give some path from connection store or none, whatever. After that, you can just specify the file name. Output to a single file. Here you will have to write test all departments dot some CSV file. Okay. Okay, so here output to single file to be selected. Okay, now I will try to tell you the difference between output to a single file or else the partitioning is there, right? Use current partitioning and single partitioning. So here I have chosen, which one have I chosen? Single partition. So here in the next sync I will choose use current partitioning. Current partitioning means what? We are trying to use this, right? Actually what will happen means you will be able to file name output to single file requires okay. Okay, so let me just quickly validate it. Publish, and I will go to my pipeline, create a new pipeline, or else we already have that pipeline, right? What was that pipeline? This one. So I'll just try to execute it once it is published, validate, and then debug. Just opening the output container here. So if you are using single partitioning, only one file will be present. If you are using multiple current partitions, right? So actually your file will be divided into multiple parts. Like your data will not be divided, but the file will get divided. Like we'll be having part files, like normal part file will be present wherein you will be having the data, original data. And there will be another file called as succeeded, another file called as committed. So we'll be having 3 to 4 different kinds of files will be present. So let it get executed. Just okay, just now it got executed. Let me see. Let me refresh it and see if the file has been moved. Okay, so this was the file which was moved. Okay, so if you see here, as we have not specified any particular file, right? It was actually overriding it. That is fine. So here, what are the different kinds of files which were created? just because of using that current partitioning. I have a path file, I have a success file, I have a committed file, and I have a started file. Okay, so these are all the different kinds of files which will be available when you make use of your which one current partitioning. Okay, so this one will be created, this one, this one, this one. So actually if you see the data, right, this will not have any data, only the original data will be present inside your path file. See here 20, 40, 60, 50, 60. Okay, rest all departments are present, right? So those all have been moved to this particular path file. And let me see what I have here. Okay, here I'm having because I'm giving the output to the same thing, right? So that is why I'm getting like this. Okay, in my previous first sync stream also I'm just giving the output container only, and in the second one rest all departments also I'm just giving the same container in the sync 2. So that is why I'm able to see the output in the single directory. Okay, so this is your second, which is only related to your department 10. Okay, is it clear, guys? If you want to actually split your stream in such a way that only few records in one thing and few records in another file, if you want to do that, you can achieve it using your conditional split. Is it clear? Basically, if you are using your current set current partitioning option, what it will do, it will actually create you multiple files it will create, but actually the data will be present only inside your part file. Let me open the success file and show you what it contains. Okay, so it will not have any data actually. Okay, so there is some data which is not actually that is not actual data. So whatever actual data is present, that data will be present inside your part file only. Okay, so if you want to create only one file, if you do not want to create these many number of files, you can just make use of single partitioning option. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am. Got it. For me.
Okay, everything has been published, right? Okay. Okay, so this is your first scenario, which is your conditional split. Basically, using conditional split, you are trying to split it. After that, what do we have? After that, I have something called as exists. Okay, let me tell you what this exists is about. So basically, exists. So exists is something, actually this will work with multiple inputs. Okay, it will actually work with multiple inputs. So using this exists, right, you can only load those records which are matching in both the tables or else in both the files. Here it will consider two different sources. Okay, first source and second source. Out of these two sources, what will happen, you can load only those records which are matching in both the sources. If you do not want to make use of that, you can just go with the another option, which is a does not exist. So initially I'll tell you what this exists is. After that I'll tell you the does not exist also. So basically, if you want to load only those records which are matching in both the files or sources or tables, go with exist option. Let me go back. Okay, let me create a new data flow. Let me choose some data set, blob data set, which is pointing to my employee.csv file, right? So let me just point to that and let me just cross check once. Okay, employee.csv file is there. After that, projection, import projection. If you click on import projection, your columns will be imported and your schema will be up to date. After that, what do I want to use? I want to make use of exist function, exist transformation. And after that, I'll just give it to a sync. So basically exist will work with in multiple inputs, right? So if you see here, where do we have? I have it under multiple inputs or outputs. That means basically this exist will actually work with multiple inputs. Okay, so let me give the next input also. Let me create a new data set here. Let it be a blob storage. Let it be a CSV format. Underscore blob underscore. In the service CSV file, first row as header. Input container, I have department.csv file. Let me browse that. From the connection store, basically if you choose this one, what will happen? If there is the file, if this file is present, the schema will be imported. Okay, if the file is not present, then you can just use this none option. All right, so here what all I have source 1 and source 2. Let me rename this source so that by looking at it only you can understand it is a department 1 and this is my CSV, which is my EMP. Just renamed these two. After that, let me click on this exist. Here what I have left stream and right stream. So you can just specify here my left stream is EMP and the right stream is department. Okay, you can just if you remove this also, you can just try to adjust it. Okay, so here my left stream is my employee stream, that is my main source, and the second right stream is my department. So basically here you can see this red exists bulk. So this is what it is actually giving you, the matching records in both files. In these two files, what are the matching records are present, those files you will be able to fetch it. Okay, if you want only those matching records to be sent to your destination, you can make use of this exist category. Okay, so for that we will have to write a condition. So okay, I have chosen the type as exists here, and here I will have to write a condition. Okay, basically I will have to write a condition. So if I write a condition, so based on that only I will be able to filter it. Okay, so let me quickly see which is the common column which I have in both the files. So if you have any common column in both the files only, you can apply this exists. Okay, so here the common column is department ID. If you see here, employee department ID is present, and then inside my department.csv, let me see which is the column which is common, department underscore ID. Okay, so basically I will try to perform this exists on this particular column. Let me go to my data factory. Here, what is my left column? So one more thing, if you do not import your schema, these these are the different options available, right? These are the different source columns, those will not be available. Okay, if you want to make use of it, you will have to first import your schema and then only this will be displayed. All right, so here let me just give this employee underscore department ID, if it is equal to department tables department ID. Okay, so here it is showing me some error. Okay, here if you see 12s is there, this is nothing but short, data type is short. Here data short is nothing but similar to your integer only, and here you have something called as a string which is not appropriate, so that is why you're getting this error. So let me just go to my department here. Let me see the projection. What is it? It is string. So I can either choose short or integer, not an issue. Okay. All right, so now I have chosen. Let me see if the error has been removed. Yeah, this is also short, this is also short, not an issue. After that, let me just go to my data preview, refresh it. This debugging, this data refreshing only will take a little time. Okay. Okay, so even before that, let us see what all are matching in both the cases. Okay, so here I have 10, 20, 30, 40 in department.csv file, and here I have 10, 20, 40, 50, 60. Okay, let me write it here first. 10, 20, 40, 50, 60 in my first table. In the second department table, I have 10, 20, 30, 40 only. Okay, let me cross check it once. 10, 10, 10, 20, 40, 50, 60. 20, 40, 50, 60. Okay. So here what all you will be getting, what all are the different kinds of columns or rows which are matching here. So 10 is matching. Okay, 10 is present in both the tables, so this record will be fetched. 20 is present in both, it will be fetched. 40 is present, it will be fetched. 50 and 60 are not present. Okay, so these two records will not be moved to your respective destination. Okay, so basically what are you trying to do here? You're trying to apply a condition on which you are trying to perform. You are just checking if the same department ID is present in both the tables or not. If it is present, then you want that record to be moved forward. If you do not have those, then you do not want those records to be moved forward. So that is what your exist will do. Let me execute it and let me show you the output. If you see here, what do I have? I have 10, 10, 10, 20, 40. Go back. 10, 10, 10, 20, 40. Correct? So only these are matching, right? These are existing. So that is why I'm able to fetch those records which are matching in my both files. So that is why I'm getting 10, 10, 10, 20, 40. If you execute this right end to end also, you will be only able to get those records, these records which are matching. Okay, so this is one way wherein you can see the output. Now this is for exist. Okay, this is for exist. Now let me show for does not exist. Does not exist means what? Only which are present in a which are not matching, right? And so previously what we have seen, we have only seen matching conditions. Now let me just refresh it and show you. Employee table, department table. So at the end, what was the result? For matching which is exists, the result was 10, 10. So for does not exist, what will be the output? 50 and 60. Okay, it is 50 and 60. That means those which are not present in those which are not matching will be moved forward. That means here in the first case, when you are using exists option, what all are matching, those are being moved. Here in the second scenario, what all are not matching, those will be moved. Okay, that means in the first stream, whichever in my first stream I have these many records, when I'm trying to use this does not exist, what is it giving me? Actually it is giving me only the values which are not matching with my first stream, which is my employee stream. Okay, here what all are not matching? 50 and 60 are not matching, so that is why only these two 50 and 60 are not moving. Suppose if you want only this 30 is also not matching here, right? So if you do not want only this 30 to be moved, if you want only this 30 to be moved, then what can you do? You will have to just change the stream. Okay, you will have to change the stream. So initially I have given my input stream as first stream as employee, right? So here if you want these values to be moved, then you will have to give the stream as department. After that the second stream should be your employee stream. Okay, so that is the way wherein if you want to only make use of this particular employee records to be moved forward, you will have to specify that particular stream, or else if you want only department related details to be moved, then basically that particular stream you will be giving. Okay, so using this exist, you will be getting matching conditions, matching records, and using does not exist, it will actually fetch you the records which are not matching in the first stream, not matching from the first stream. All right, fine.
Ma'am,
Mm.
it is always comparing from the first stream only, right? So
That is because here I have specified first stream.
okay, so I'm asking like we can't see the 50 and 60 and 13 single output like in a refresh or similarly. So we are just saying the 50 and 60 because we are just
Yes, that
comparing
is
if input stream with the output stream only. So whatever the input stream is doesn't exist, those only move into the sync side.
right. If you want, you can just change this one and this one accordingly. If you want only this department related details to be moved, then you just give this here and this here, just jumbles.
So we don't have any chance to come from the doesn't matching things completely from outside,
So
like
just see
cross
here,
matching.
see here, see here. So if you see what is it telling? Only if you see here, what is the one which is given here? Only the left table. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is why this feature is like that. If you want only the right one, then you will have to change this input appropriately.
Okay.
Okay. Na? Single partitioning settings. Click some, give some name here. Exists. Validate it. Assign it to a pipeline to run it end to end. Flow, drag and drop. Here you will have to choose your exist wala data flow. Okay, maybe I have not renamed this one. Let me rename it. Go to my pipeline, data flow. Here I have data flow exists, validate it and debug it. All right, so after that, what do we have? We have lookup activity, lookup transformation. Okay, we have something called as a lookup data flow transformation. So basically using this lookup transformation, what is it? It is similar to our left outer join. Okay, so normally are you aware of this joins concept? Joins. So basically inside our joins, what will happen? This is my left table and this is my right table. This is my employee table and this is my department table. Okay, left table is my employee table, right table is my department table. So what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to apply an inner join initially. Okay, today in today's session I'll tell you what an outer join is, left outer join. So this is my left table and this is my right table. Basically inside this particular left outer join, what you will be able to get, let me just use this one, this one. Okay, so basically using your left join, okay, this is your left join actually. So I will be getting only the details from this particular table. This is my left table, this is my right table. If you want to get details only from your left table, you can make use of this particular lookup activity as well. Okay, so it is similar to some our left outer join. So here what you will be able to get, actually here also you will have to specify two different sources. Okay, if you see here, this is also present. If you just click here, where do you see it? It is present inside my multiple inputs or outputs. Okay, let me click on that. If you use this particular one, right? It's just 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Hello. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so basically this lookup transformation is there, right? What does this do? It will actually take multiple inputs. Okay, if you see here, this is my primary stream which is coming from my exist, and this is my lookup stream. So basically inside this lookup stream, I can just make use of any of this particular thing. If you want a left outer join, you can just make use of this. If you want a right outer join, you can just make use of that. Do not worry what left outer join and right outer join is. I'll tell you in the next sessions. So for now, just understand that we will have to take some other stream which is called as a lookup stream. Okay, so for this let me give something called as department. Let me just give, so here I am giving employee stream, right? Here I'll, in the second stream I'll just give some department stream. Okay, so if you see here a link has been established. So this is my first stream, this is my second stream, which is my lookup stream. Okay, so here what all are the different so using this lookup transformation, what can you do? It is something similar to your left outer join. Okay, so here all the rows from your primary stream. So from here, what all the rows are present, right? All the rows from your primary stream will exist inside your output stream. Along with that, what else we'll be getting? Along with that, we will be getting few additional columns. Okay, we'll be getting additional columns from my lookup stream. What is my lookup stream here? My lookup stream is my department table, department file. So initially, what I'll be getting all the rows from my primary stream which exists in the output stream. Okay, along with that the additional values also I'll be getting. Let me write it for you here. Look upstream all the rows from your source. So source is my EMP, and after that what do I have? Additional columns from lookup stream. What is the lookup stream here? My lookup stream is my department table. What is my source here? It is my employee table. Okay, employee file. Alright, so using this lookup activity, it is similar to my left outer join. What is the left outer join again? This is my employee table, this is my department table. Left outer join will actually give you the details. Okay, these details it will be given. 1 minute please. Hello? Chep. 10:30 kunda, 10:30 kunda. ठीक है చేద్దాంలే అబ్బాయి యాక్చువల్లీ క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాడు వచ్చేసినాం ఇన్స్టేషన్ వచ్చేసినాం ఓకే అయిపోతుంది ఓకే సేమ్ నిన్నటి పర్సనే కదా ఓకే ఓకే ఠీకే ఠీకే ఐ మీన్ కాల్ బాయ్ 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 సరే all right, so sorry for that. Okay, so initially I have something called as a lookup stream which is similar to the left outer join. What is left outer join? It will only give you the records in the left table, which is my employee table. Along with that, what do I have here? Basically using this lookup transformation, what does it give me? It will give me left outer join results, and along with that additional columns from my department table. So let me execute it and show you. Okay, so here what do you have? You have something called as match on any row, lookup stream, primary stream, this all we have. Here we should write a condition. Okay, here we should write a condition in such a way that, so what do I want here? I want my employee. What is the common column again here? Department number, right? Here I have employee department number. Here I have department number. Department tables, department number. So let me choose the appropriate column name here. This is the one. And here I have my department ID. Okay, so if you see here, I'm just trying to compare both these. So this is the condition on which I'm trying to apply my lookup condition. So basically, if there are any columns which are matching in both the files or tables only, you can apply this. Since I have this matching column which is present in both the tables, I'm just trying to apply this lookup transformation. So let me just quickly preview the data and see what all we are getting. So here actually I'm trying to use this on this exist, right? So my input will be the output of my exist. So what is this exist actually giving me here? It is giving me only 50 and 60. So that is why you'll be getting along with this 50 and 60, along with these two records, right? You will also be getting department ID and department name additional columns also. Okay, 50 and 60, and along with that I'm getting, if you see here, what am I getting? I'm getting department ID and the department name as well. Okay, so why are we getting null here? Because in the right side in the department table, right, I do not have 50 and 60. Remember, I only have what all I have in the right hand side table. I have 10, 20, 30, 40 only in my department table. So I do not have 50 and 60 here. Okay, so that is why I'm getting these values as null values. Okay, if you want to make use of it, you can just use this also. If you see here, I'm getting double. Why this is? Because this is from my left table, and along with that I'm adding actually two more columns, right? Two more columns are getting added. What are those? Those are my department name and department ID. So if you see here, this department ID I'm getting from my right stream, which is my lookup stream. Okay, so if you do not want to if you feel like there is a confusion and if you are not able to understand it, just remove this exist. Okay, just remove this exist and see how the result is actually, how the result actually you're getting. Okay, so for now, right, just try to understand. This is till here, this is my employee table, and from here this is my department table. Okay, so what did it actually do? It appended me two more columns, which is called as department name. This is coming from my employee, this is coming from my department table, and whereas this one, it is coming from my employee table. So similarly, I have department ID, which is coming from my department table, and this department ID, which is coming from my employee table. Okay, if you want to delete it also, you can delete it. But here, what is the actual use of your lookup? So lookup will basically on the condition which you have chosen, right? So on that particular condition, so what all are the values you are able to get here? I'm only getting two rows, two records only I'm getting. So it will actually, for this particular lookup activity, lookup transformation, those two records will be the input, and along with that two inputs, basically what does this lookup does? It will actually give you the left streams, all the records whichever you are getting, those all it will be displayed, and along with that it will actually add you the columns which you are getting from your department stream. Okay, from my department stream, how many columns I have? I only have two columns. Okay, so here if you see the columns, 7 columns I have here, but only 2 rows I have. So using this lookup activity, along with this 7, you are adding these two also. Okay, so that is why you are able to see this 9 here. Okay, got it. So if you have, if you feel like there is a confusion, just remove this exist and only directly give this employee to here and see how many rows you are getting. Okay, because you will be getting different kinds of rows, like whatever are matching, right? So those all you will be getting 10, 20, 20 10, 10, 10, 20, 40 you will be getting, and after that, right, you will also get some department ID and department name from your department table. Just try that option also. Okay, I'm leaving it for you, you try it. Clear, guys? Is it fine? Were you able to understand?
For me, yes, ma'am.
Okay, anybody, any doubts, let me know.
Yes, ma'am, I have a doubt, not regarding this class, previous class only. Ma'am, while we are transforming the on-premises data to, on-premises SQL to Azure SQL Server, you're saying that you need to have that schema in your Azure SQL Server. So that we need to use the copy data for every table, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is one way you can do it. The other way is you can create a schema inside the, when in the Microsoft Management Studio is there, right? That server only you can create it.
Yeah, in the Azure SQL Server also, I can create a schema directly. That is the second way. So if you have a suppose 20 or 30 tables, so for that 20 to 30 tables, we can't create the schema. It will be time taking, right? So is there any chance that we can directly without creating the schema for those entire 30 or 20 tables, or just using the copy for the copy activity to copy this schema to Azure SQL? So is there any chance for the easy way to directly put this Azure SQL Server tables into the on-premises SQL Server tables into the Azure SQL Server?
So that's what. So here that is the reason why it is a little time taking process. So once you have everything in the backend, right, available for you, only then you can implement that scenario.
Okay.
So if the schema is available, it is very simple task only. It's just that you will have to run that particular on-premise to Azure SQL wala pipeline.
Yes, ma'am. కానీ అన్ని టేబుల్స్ ని ఒకేసారి మనం క్రియేట్ చేయలేము కదా. మీరు చెప్పిన ప్రకారం అయితే 1 by 1 కాపీ చేయాలి. లేకపోతే Azure SQL లో మనం దాని స్కీమా మనం రెడీ చేసుకొని ఉండాలి ముందుగా చేయాలంటే, రైట్? సో అన్ని టేబుల్స్ కి మనం స్కీమాస్ ని రెడీ చేయాలనే కానీ టైం టేకింగ్ కదా. సపోజ్ 20 to 30. సో అలా కాకుండా డైరెక్ట్ గా విత్ స్కీమాస్ తో మనం ఎలా అయితే మనం లుకప్ యూజ్ చేసి ఫరీస్ యూజ్ చేసి ఇన్సైడ్ ఫరీస్ మనం కాపీ యాక్టివిటీ యూజ్ చేసి ఎలా అయితే మనం ఆన్ ప్రాసెస్ నుంచి బ్లాబ్ కి ఎలా డైరెక్ట్ గా టేబుల్స్ ని తీసుకుంటున్నాము, అలా ఛాన్సెస్ లేదా?
అలా ఛాన్సెస్ లేదా అంటే మేబీ యూజింగ్ గెట్ మెటాడేటా యాక్టివిటీ వీ కెన్ ట్రై, బట్ వీ హ్యావ్ నాట్ ట్రైడ్ ఇట్. షుడ్ సీ దట్ అప్రోచ్ ఆల్సో వన్స్. ఎందుకంటే గెట్ మెటాడేటా యూజ్ చేసినా కానీ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద సోర్స్ ఆ స్కీమా వస్తుంది. నువ్వు ఏదైతే ఫైల్ ఇస్తున్నావో దానికి ఒక స్కీమా వస్తుంది.
ఓకే,
సో వి షుడ్ ట్రై దట్ ఆప్షన్. చూడాలి ఒకసారి అది. ఓకేనా?
ఐ విల్ ట్రై అండ్ ఐ విల్ గెట్ బ్యాక్ టు యు ma'am if it is done.
ఓకే, యువర్ నేమ్ మా?
నాగా బ్రహ్మయ్య.
ఓకే ఓకే, గెస్ట్ యూజర్ అని జాయిన్ అయ్యావు.
అంటే నేమ్ గట్టర్ మర్చిపోయాను, సో డైరెక్ట్ గా.
ఓకే, నో ప్రాబ్లం. ठीक है. Okay, it is already 10 o'clock and we have an interview now. Okay na, so just try these whatever I have told you right in today's session, just try those.